We are live. Welcome, everyone. Boy, it took me a little bit to get all this figured out. It's quite a complicated process. You can see why you only want to do it about once a year. This is the famous, back you up here, Russian knife sharpener. It is beautifully built. It all fits in this case. Jiraiya pulled this out for me and was making sure that I had batteries. One of the coolest part is that they included this. Check this out. This is a little angle cube. Isn't that clever? All this stuff is so Russian. It's just different, and the machining on it is absolutely exquisite. If you want perfection, this is this is how it's done. But essentially, what it is you have a movement arm here, which pivots and maintains your angle, and you don't have to reposition or change anything because this whole and it's heavy. Listen to that detent. Goodness, that's pretty nice there, isn't it? You flip the knife, so you can sharpen anything on this thing. I mean, there's the case. Look at this. Even the case, this plastic case, is made in Germany. That's what Jiraiya was pointing out to me. Like, everything is top of the line. You get the impression that it was whoever's machining these things, it must have been Russian military, or maybe they had a background in the Russian military. Aviation, if I had to guess, but it is really, really nice. Really nice. If you wanted to do this professionally, this would be a good system. The stones fit in quite clever. This is the holder. There's a black knob on here. And you squeeze that. There's some dovetails. And then we start with 120 grit right here. And the stones are bonded right to the deal. And they just fit in there like that. You want to take it out, just squeeze it, and they come right out. And we'll go all the way down to 1,000 grit. And if you want to, you can even strop with leather. Yeah, can you hear the detent? The detent shook the camera. Yeah, it's that's what it's like. Let me get. I got the chat open over here. If you guys have any questions, I'd be happy to tell you what little I know about it. But boy, if you want to get your knives back done or back properly, then this is the way to do it. Now, I think we should start with the 940. Now, last time we had that. We took it all apart, and boy, it's real nice there. But it's the edge is looking pretty ragged. So I thought we'd really profile that properly. What angle, gentlemen? What angle do you think we should go with it? Probably want to start somewhere at or near a 30-degree angle. Do you guys have any preferences with your EDC knives? Like to back it off a little bit with the chef's knives.
Someone said your stream right now is unlisted.
Unlisted? Yeah, it's just listed for members.
Okay. Just getting that from Luke.
Oh, from Luke?
Yeah.
Well, everyone's here. Yeah, Luke, Mr. Overton is saying that what's unlisted? It's the only way I can do it. If I list it public, then it'll be open. What is she pounding on?
I don't know. I'll go get her to be quiet. Did you say you need an office?
Someday. Are you guys, I'm not understanding. Yeah, can you have her stop the pounding? I'm not understanding. I see you guys are in the chat. I'm assuming that you can see the stream? Only your link works. I don't know what that means. Only my link works. Hold on a second. Let me check something. Only my link works. So if I go over to oh, there's no link on even on the members page, is there? Okay, hold on. Let me resend it. I sent one over to the middleman there, but let me double check it here. Oh, I see what you're saying. Only you guys have it, so it's not on the community page. Is that what you're saying? Okay, I think I can figure this out here. Let's see. I'm gonna go over here. Let me get the YouTube link. Try this. Copy it. And then we'll go back over to the community page. And we'll put a new channel members video. Oh yeah, I see what you're talking about. My bad. Sorry, guys. Nothing but the best around here. You know how it is. There we go. We're flying this plane. We're building it as we're flying it. All right, I'm sending that over. Check that now. See if that link works. Check over on the community page, gentlemen, see if that goes. Well, I was kind of digging just having you guys here. I guess we'll better open it up to all the folks then. Okay, I see what I need to do. So I took the link from my streaming software. Yeah, okay. Mike, Handy Mike's in. Yeah, I see. Okay. Perfect. Okay, gentlemen. Welcome back. Sorry about that. You know, nothing but the best production around here. If you're just joining us here, we are, I'll have to recap just a little bit. We're going to be reprofiling some knives on the, we're in? I think I just got it.
You want me to read it to you?
Yeah, I think we got it.
Yeah, you got it on the members?
Yeah, everybody's jumping in.
See you later.
Yeah, thanks, baby.
Thanks, Overton.
Thanks, Overton. Yeah. Okay, we're good now. We'll recap a little bit. So this is the famous Russian knife sharpener, and it is quite a piece of equipment. If you want to get things properly done, this is the one for you. It is it's not for the faint of heart. I was sharing with the middleman here. Just feel the power of the detent on the rotator. It definitely gives me the fizz. I don't use this all the time, but about twice a year when the knives really get out of shape from belt grinding them, we go back to this, and this is the way to get it perfectly done. It is quite a machine. We will we have some kitchen knives. We have Mrs. W's knives reprofile, but I thought we would start with the 940. Now we took this apart, got it working all good the other day, but the blade is a little bit rough, so I thought we would do that first. What angle should we talked about this? What angle do you think we should go with? What do you guys like to see on your EDC? I'm usually right around 30 degrees or so. 22, 25 for kitchen knives, a little bit finer. The steeper the angle, the longer it'll stay sharp, the more durable it is. So if you get in there and you wrench on stuff like I do, you want to have it pretty strong and pretty durable. So I usually try to keep it wide. Now your kitchen knives, like Mrs. W's, this is a Cutco here, 8-inch chef knife. We'll back that up, make it really nice and thin. 22 and a half, Overton, you like 22 and a half? You like 22 and a half for your EDC knife? Man, that's pretty thin, but I'd expect that from a cold-blooded killer. I know how you guys are. So this is kind of cool. There's a lot of options with this thing. I mean, you can basically just go crazy if you like to geek out on that sort of thing. But really, the main thing are these clamps. I'll turn this around where you can see it. And this thing's heavy, man. It is a chunk. These clamps fit, and you'll see how good the machining is right there. There's a single for single knives for your smaller knives. that will just clamp on there. And even on like this 940 is really a difficult type of a knife to clamp onto because just look at the spine. It's a really strange shape. A lot of knife sharpeners have a problem with that, but not this one. It reaches in there and grabs it. So I use the single. Now when you get the bigger knives, like these guys here, then you need, sometimes you need, especially the thinner ones, like a fillet knife, you need to grab it in two places. So then you have some individual ones here. You can grab it on multiple sides. There's things in here I've never even seen before, nor do I even know what they are. Like there's crazy ones that are different angles, and I don't know what this would be for. Maybe, I don't know what this would be for. The guys told me you could sharpen scissors, but I haven't got into that. But just the build quality, every single bit of it, every piece on this thing, from the knurled set screw knobs to the stainless steel spring steel stuff there. I mean, all of this is hand machined. And look at the bend in that. I mean, just look at the workmanship in that. What would it take to build that? That's just one little accessory. Very talented. Whoever's doing this is very, very talented machinist. And the tolerance, as I've said, you can see right here. We'll put this guy in here. We'll get started with our 940. I'll get my computer glasses on. I can see a little better. Oh, the pair. Can you imagine the para 3? Yeah, the para 3 at 21 degrees. That would be scary. That'd be so sharp it'd cut you guys right through the screen. Man, that would be. So this is you can see the base, and look how it fits in here. This is going to blow you away. It's a friction fit. I mean, it's absolutely perfect. You could use this, that fits so tight, you wouldn't even need to put the set screws in. Amazing. See, I already forgot how to use it. Did I get the wrong screws? Oh, it looks like there's maybe multiple lengths. No, I just didn't push it in there far enough. How does the system compare to the Edge Pro? Jeremy's asking. Which one's the Edge Pro? There's so many of them now. I don't even remember. Is that the Edge Pro Apex? Is that the version that does this deal? Is that the Edge Pro? Yeah, it is. It's the Old Heart's right. It's the TS Prof. I think the Edge Pro is the one on the sticks. That's kind of a clever. I've never used one. I have my friend Tony's got one. He bought one. He decided on that over this one years ago, but he liked it. But I've never used one. So with this guy on there, now you can see you just got a couple little screws here, little grub screws, and you clamp it in here. And it holds absolutely secure. William, good to see you here. Riding in the passenger seat of a semi? Pretty crazy. We can hang out together while you're driving or riding down the road, huh? The 2 stone units. I'm not sure what that is, Old Heart, to be honest with you. Yeah, I mean, this is a good system. This is a very enjoyable process if you're not in any hurry. And I make sure that I usually do this on the weekend, lazy afternoon, and when you can watch YouTube videos and hang out here. But there we go, right there. That's it. Boy, this is going to be nice. We're going to get it done. Get it done properly right here. Excellent. All right, let's see. We'll set our angles here. This is beautifully made. This is the TS Prof Angle Cube, and it's got a magnet on the bottom. And you see every place that you'd want to check angle, it just sticks it right on there, and you can dial it right in. So what are we at there? There's also an analog angle finder right here. So what angle we decide on? What are we going to go with? I didn't pay for this setup. It was given to me. They made it for me. I don't remember what they cost. They even put my name. Let me take it off. I'll show you. It's kind of nice. Actually, they gave me. This is the second one they gave me. The first one they gave me that I did the videos on. When we had a million, when we hit 1 million subscribers, we had a Mrs. W and I threw a party, and I gave it away to one of our subscribers. And then they sent me this one here. They put my name on it. Isn't that nice? That's all machined in there. And there are quite a few improvements on this one over the original one. 22, we're going to go 22 and a half. Well, that's not going to, I'm going to tear that up, but I'll do it. That's what you guys want. Skylar says 30. 22 and a half, man, that's shallow. I don't know if I've ever done that on a 940. We could give it a try. We're definitely going to want to start with the 120 grit stone. These are captured. These are just really nice high quality stones that are glued onto a piece of aluminum with a dovetail, and the design is quite nice. You just grab, there's a ball on there, you just pull it, it's on a spring. You probably see that little spring right there. And they're very easy to change. You just put that dovetail in, and right there, that's it. Carl says we should compromise at 25. That's 14. Yeah, that'd be pretty, 22 is pretty flat. Chris is saying 25. I agree with you, Sean. It does make a wonderful edge, but this is a pretty thick knife. Still trying to remember how to use this. I think if we, let's take a look at 25. Yeah, 25 is not going to work on this because it won't even clear because the blade is so thin. I think what I need to do is we'll move this out just a little bit. Skylar's, he's changing. He's thinking we should agree with Carl there. Is that what you're saying? 25, that's pretty good. So I'm going to just grab this just a little bit. If we're going to go a shallower angle, we'll have to back this, really just barely grab it. Might need to be a little bit more meat than there. My counterfeit, I told you guys I ordered a counterfeit 940 off of Amazon. It was about 28, 30 bucks or so. I thought it'd be here today, but it wasn't. But our next stream we'll pull that apart side by side and see what's what. Yeah, we're going to be limited by this angle here. So this is going to be, I'm guessing this is going to be about 30 right there. Let's see here. Yeah, I think we can get 25, gentlemen. Boy, you almost have to pull out the thumb stud. I didn't even know that these were in here. I just noticed it, but it looks like they've given me a whole array of torques. What's the chance that one of these will fit or we could even get that thumb stud off of there. That's too big. Yeah, I don't think that these are going to fit. These are all a little bit too big. Is this one going to fit? Oh, it's one size from it, and my other ones are out in the toolbox. It doesn't really matter. I think I can get right past it close enough anyway. Let's look on the tip. Yeah, that's going to be nice. That's going to be real nice there. That 25. We're going to go with 25. Is that what you guys decided on here? I don't think I can go too much less. If I go less than that, I'm going to get into the grinding on the clamp. But we can definitely do this. Now there's some O-rings. There's little rubber O-rings. Oh, there's a safety stop. I remember now. You can put 2 safety stops on. That's probably a good idea to do that. You see, it's not a speedy process as you're seeing here, but it's good. I remember now. So we'll pull the arm off. I thought we were going to do all these knives, but I'll bet we get through one. And there's one more O-ring. There we go. So the O-ring kind of works as a bumper. And this is the stop. I usually just freehand this, but if I'm going to be talking, I get lazy. I don't want to overstrike. So we just go make sure that that'll limit us so we don't push the stone too far. We'll set that stop right there. This is all full manual, analog style. And then, yeah, it's really not that complicated. I mean, I should have had it all put together. And then you come this way, so you can use all of the stone. Okay. Looks good. They even sent a loop. I think the loop even has a light in it. It's really nice. You just don't get to experience quality like this in products so much anymore, do you? Look at that. This is a jeweler's loop. In a nice little case. It's just delightful. Look at that. 40X. There's even a little tool that comes in the case to take the battery door off. Oh, you can see everything with that. Goodness, that's neat. All right, it's in pretty bad shape, gentlemen. There's all sorts. It looks pretty ragged. That's cool. It's definitely an experience here. All right, let's go and see. Let's see how she goes here. Oh, you can even lock that down. I'm learning something every single piece is machined. There's nothing in here that's cast. That's 12. I need to get a kind of a count. The first one we're going to be completely reprofiling it, so it'll be it'll take a little bit more work here. Yeah, that's backing it off. That's going to be shallower than what it was for sure. That's going to take it back. That right there got about halfway there. Let's do another 12. We'll probably do, let's just do 50. Yeah, that 25 is pretty shallow. It's definitely backing that edge up. It's getting there. It's going to take a little bit. I say we just go for it. I'll definitely put some abuse on this thing. It's coming around. It's going to take some effort, though. We got the tip. We're definitely worked down to the tip. But boy, that's a fat blade. I'm almost thinking we might back that up a little bit, but let's keep going. Once we get this, then the rest of it will go quite nice. What do you think? Should we go just stick with it? That was a 50. It's moving around on me a little bit. Why is that? Good grief. What have I done? Okay, so I got to keep that set screw tight. That's what was my problem. I'm not going to count. I'm going to just keep filing until I get to the point, and then I'll flip it. Yeah, that's doing it. Oh, that's going to be a lot sharper now. I think that's it, gentlemen. $25. I went all the way down to make sure. I don't think I'm down. I can still see a little chip there on that tip. We'll work that out. $120 grit.
It's a very enjoyable process, though. Yeah, I would have thought, I thought I was down there, but I'm not quite down there yet. I'm really close, though.
Yeah, it's looking good. Yeah, I think that 25. I think that might be the way to go.
Yeah, I can see the wire there. Well, we're gonna have a nice tip on it too. These knives are not exactly known for having a sharp point on them. They're not very good for digging slivers out.
Yeah, that looks really good. Okay, this is the best part to do. You don't have to unhook the knife. Let's flip it over.
Yeah, that backing that edge right up.
You move on me there. I'll tighten that down a little bit. Saw a little bit of movement. Mrs. W made a Mexican soup yesterday that was so delicious. I told her that we have to do a live stream and she show how to make that. It was so good that it was as good as like a bean dip.
Hello, Father.
What's going on, Jack?
How goes it?
It's going good. You need a knife sharpened?
I might double your work if you're asking for that, Father.
I'll get to your kitchen knives here.
Perfect.
Boy, that's looking good. Ooh, that's already, that's getting sharp. A little bit, quite a bit of damage and some nicks on the tip there. I can see right there on that belly. I didn't even know they were there until I looked at it with a loupe.
It's perfect having Mama in my room
Yeah.
because it inspires me to get up and go around and organize my room better.
You always keep your room pretty organized, though.
Yeah, reasonably, but I'll reorganize. Like I'm moving my lava lamp around right now, that kind of thing.
Did you let the loaf back on your sleeping or on your bean bag?
Nah, Mama took it.
Your mama took it? TradCon wife for the win. That's for sure.
I'm gonna put a really sharp tip on that guy. As sharp as you can get on a blunt instrument, like that this blade is. I say we're getting pretty close. Let's have a look-see here. That, yeah, I mean, Mrs. W always makes good food, but this was exceptionally good. I told her, I said, you should just put that into the rotation. Just have that once a week. Boy, it was a bean and cheese. Oh goodness, it was delicious. Absolutely. I didn't even eat it with the soup. Sweet Loaf came over and ate half of it. Just take your tortilla chips and just eat it like a dip. It was delicious. So she said she'd share that. Now, let me see how we're doing here. I think we're getting close, and then we can start putting the really fine polish on it. Oh yeah, almost there. A little more work on the belly. Yeah, still a bit of work to do on that. That angle is awfully flat. It's doable though. Next time it won't take near as long. Oh, Miss Wranglerstar looks like she's in the comments. If you're watching, baby, I was telling everyone that I wanted to do a live stream with that Mexican soup you made the other day. Apex Edge Pro, yeah, that's a good sharpener too. That's a real good one. I think those are made in Hood River. I actually know that. If it's the one I think it is, I know that guy that invented it. That's the sharpener my sister uses for her kitchen knives. Flip that stone around. Oh, I see. I just learned. So I can increase the tension by moving the stop. If I move that stop back, that's where I went wrong. That's infinitely adjustable. I can put more pressure on it. I felt that stone moving around a little bit. I was going to flip that stone around, get some even wear. Oh, that feels better. Clean stone. And it's getting pretty well gummed up. I'm working out a nick right up behind about a quarter-inch below the tip.
I'm thinking about that soup as well. Thinking about going over there and getting me a big glass of GT's kombucha. Have any of you tried GT's? Don't tell me if you didn't like it. It's an acquired taste, you know. We all didn't like beer the first time we tasted it either. But we got over that, didn't we? And scotch. Well, this is giving me the fizz, gentlemen, and I can feel it bubbling up. That edge is backed way back. That's going to be a lot sharper, but it's going to be a little bit more delicate. Oh, man. Let's have a look-see at that. I haven't made kombucha. I don't do much. I don't do any cooking around here, but Mrs. W has. She's made kombucha. Oh, there's a wire on there. That is, oh, that's nice. Let's have a look-see here. Interesting to see such a magnification. Yeah, it's still not to the edge in some places. Yeah, that's just a little bit too. That's a little bit too flat. I'm still off the edge, and I thought it was just a couple spots I made it. I'm going to back that up a little. We're going to put a dual bevel on it, which is actually even better. 2 angles. So I'm going to take that up there about 2 degrees. We're going to take it up to about 27 and then finish that off. That's 1 degree. Let me run a pass on that and see what that looks like. Let me take a look if we can get away with that. Well, we're getting fancy here. A dual bevel. There's some big old chunks out of the tip of that. I didn't even see them. Couldn't see them with the naked eye. Looks like a saw blade. I'm gonna take it up. I'm gonna take it up to 27.
You can see those, all the little black particles. The blade is somewhat magnetized, and they suck into that. You can see them sucking into those chips or the damage in the blade. Mm-hmm. This is it. 27. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's looking good. Let's have a look here. 27 for the win. That's right, Dr. Pepper. 27 for the win. I do believe that's the sweet spot here. I could get the 25, but I'd have to back that up a bit. Okay. Yep. I think the chip's gone. No, there's a couple there left, but they're almost gone. I'm down on the edge. Well, you do need the loop. Yeah, we're a little bit right there in the waist as well. I need to take a little bit down. So probably one more pass and then we'll check the other side. I think then we'll have it. Right here in the waist is some damage as well. I opened soup cans with it. Maybe when I'm in my 80s, it'll be like super thin, like a little poker. They make diamond stones for this as well. I don't have any, but I do remember they had they do offer those. I'll have to show you guys. I should remind me. Maybe the middleman could remind me. I'll do a video on how to flatten your sharpening stones. You know, because they get a belly in them after you use them for a while. And I have a simple trick for doing that. You just make a slurry of water with magnesium carbide on a flat surface, like a tempered piece of glass, and you can reflatten your stones. Real simple. It's pretty cool. All right, let me just match this up here. We'll check it one last time. Yeah, it's feeling good now. Feeling smooth and consistent. I can feel it coming together. Just work out that, put a little tip on it there.
This is going to be the world's sharpest 940 here pretty soon. Oh, that is nice. Still got a ragged edge on that same little chip. Let's work that. Just the belly, the waist and the belly there is all good. We'll just I wanted to do it properly. We'll get that chip out of there. Yeah, can you guys hear the audio change when you move the stone around? I'm sure I can definitely hear it. I can feel it. And it looks like I broke the tip off too. It's a little bit. It needs a little bit of work. We'll work those together. Easy. Come on now. Getting sloppy. I like to get that tip cat claw sticky sharp. Did you guys see the all those internet outages? I was editing a couple hours ago, and I jumped on the quartering site, and he said that Fox News was down, Facebook, Instagram, whole bunch of the McDonald's app, a whole bunch of random things, internet things were down. Did you guys? Did they ever figure out what that was? Well, they'll never tell you what it is. They always everything you're gonna hear about any of that, whether it be weather balloon or internet outages, is all just lies. That's just the way the government operates now. There is no honesty, or it's just pure lies. Everything, nothing can be believed. Stubborn little Nick. Now that my eye is trained to it, I can see it. It takes a lot of work to file out nicks and damages, especially on axes. When you get one, if you have a nice axe, if you get a nick in it like that, if it's a big one, you're better off just to leave it alone, and just get after. You'll eventually get to it over the years. Yeah, I think that's close. That's looking real nice. You hear that wire shave off there? Stubborn little guy there. It's coming though. May
be gone. Did that do it? Mhm. It's still there, but it's very small. I'm gonna let it go. The rest of it is just perfect.
Just perfect.
Nice sharp tip on it. Just a little tiny nick, but boy, you can see all the striations in the steel.
One pass right here. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's go over, that's our 120 grit. Now that we're profiled, we're just going to be polishing here. We'll go with a 220. We'll go through the whole sequence. I think I'm going to go grab me a kombucha. That sounds pretty good. This is where it's at. This one right here. I've tried a bunch of them, and most of them are disgusting. I like water as much as the next guy, but there's something about having a zesty drink once in a while. Oh goodness, that's good. Okay, so we're jumping up here. What did we end up with? 220 grip. Now we're going to get after it. Mmm. Oh goodness, that's nice. Look at that. I'm doing 20. Mm. Mm. It's good. Goodness. Boy, that's 20 per side with a 220. Just a 220 looks like $1,000,000. The 220 looks like what it finishes on the belt. 600 grit. That feels different.
glass. It's actually giving me goosebumps. It's so good. Wow. I forgot what a edge you can put on with this thing. It's something else. Absolute perfection. And 20. Gotta have a look at that. You know I'm not gonna get to my wife's knives here. That's either gonna be tomorrow morning or tomorrow evening. Kind of geeking out on the 940 right now. Oh. Wow. Shining like a mirror at 600 grit. How's that tip look? Oh, it's sharp. Wow. That's something else. That's pretty nice there. All right, next up. Oh, I jumped one. I missed the sweet loaf, mixed up my stones there. I skipped the 400, but we just hit the 600, so we'll go with that. We'll hit the 1,000. 1,000 grit. 1,000 grit will be it, and then we'll strop it with a leather. This can be polish here. Can't even hear it. Well, we play favorites with our knives around here, don't we? These old kitchen knives can wait. You know, about the best value on really high quality kitchen knives are these little Victorinox. My favorite are the little paring knives, Victorinox paring knives. You can get them with the red handles too, which are even cooler. I have the black ones, but these are both Victorinox. They're not very expensive, and boy, you can put an edge on them, and you can get them sharp. Swiss steel. Yeah, this feels like I'm dragging glass. It's so smooth as glass. You guys better tell Mrs. W she can come on down. I'm just finishing up. We'll finish this one up here. We were not going to get to the kitchen knives tonight. I was optimistic. If you guys would have let me grind it at 30, we'd have had them all done by now. But I think this is better. It's got a heck of a tip on it now. I did not know that, Battle Chemist. Battle Chemist brought up a good point. It says that the two men dancing with the ones. Are you sure you're not talking about Hinkle? I think you might be. Are you confusing Victorinox with Hinkle? Because you're right about, if that's Hinkle, that's the case too. They have different lines. Their professional line is different than their consumer or prosumer. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. I could be.
Yeah, we'll strop it, Mike, Handy, or Mike. We're gonna do that here. As soon as I finish this 1,000 grit on this side, then we'll strop it. I actually have a leather stone, or a leather bonded to the aluminum, so it's right here on the machine. And I've got the buffing compound, or the jeweler's rouge, I guess it is. Yeah, I think you're talking about Henkel, which is not Swiss, it's German. And you're absolutely right. You might see Henkel and think, oh, that's a good deal, but they're not the same. You know, real German Henkels are very expensive, very high-end knives. Oh, that's nice. Let's have one last look, and then we'll put the leather to it. Absolutely perfect. Oh, goodness, that is scary sharp. Oh, and the tip is like a cat claw. So leather is the best way to finish. This is a jeweler's rouge, and it's a very fine paste abrasive for polishing. You just rub it on your leather. This is what barbers used to use. They used to have a razor strap, which was quite common to give put out corporal punishment for kids. A proper razor strap has two long belts that are hooked together at one end, and they're two different grits, I believe. If you ever see one at a garage sale and it's not cracked and in good condition, boy, scoop it up. Now your leather, different than your, you use it differently than your stone, but you don't push with it because the blade will cut it. You only pull. So you do it kind of this way here. If you go to push it, you can see you get to talking and forgetting what you're doing. It cuts it all up. But it's not a big problem. You just get another piece and pull that off there, and a little spray adhesive, and off you go. But this is the way to really finish a blade. It's just shining like it just looks like a diamond right now. Such a shine on it from this jeweler's rouge. You can use toothpaste in a pinch too. Toothpaste has a pumice in it. Speaking of toothpaste, check your toothpaste. Make sure it doesn't have fluoride in it. If it's got fluoride in it, throw it away and get something that doesn't have fluoride, like Tom's of Maine. Even though you're not ingesting it, all of that is absorbed through your gums. It goes right to your pituitary gland. And that pituitary gland is what we need to talk to God with. And it calcifies it. Oh, boy, that's nice. Just watching it polish, it really puts a shine on it. It's taken all of the marks from that 1,000 grit out. You wouldn't think it'd do it, but it does. All right, you guys better send Mrs. W downstairs. She wants to get started on supper here. We're just wrapping up. Just about done here. Yeah, the fluoride, you've been lied to about that. They used to make us swish it in school. It makes people docile. The Germans used it. What's been used in concentration camps, used in prisons to dumb people down, to make them more manageable, docile, dumber, stupid. And it's all in your cheap toothpaste. You want to get that out of your house. Tom's of Maine. Yeah, Tom's of Maine used to be a good brand. If Colgate bought them, then I'd think they're probably a little sus. And watch out for that aluminum. Check your deodorant as well. If it's got aluminum in it, throw it in the trash. Get something with no aluminum in it. Oh, that's nice. All right, one more. Pull it up. This is now I've got put so much effort, so much work into it. I'm going to be unlikely to be using it as a screwdriver. Gonna have to take care of it again. Oh boy, never have I put an edge like this on the 940. That is beautiful. Let's take her out. Have a look. Yeah, you want to know where Crisco came from? Hopefully you're not cooking with Crisco. Crisco was designed by the Germans in World War I as a synthetic lubricant for submarines. And if you doubt me, go look it up. What's really interesting, if you want to go down a rabbit hole, is how they convinced all of the mothers and grandmothers to stop cooking with lard and butter and to adopt this poison, this industrial lubricant, Crisco. The fact that it's still on the shelf and people still consume it is just sad. Yeah, Dylan might be onto it. Dylan says you got to carry 2 knives. A beater and your good one. That's probably good advice. Boy. This has the look of a spider cone. This is really something to see that backed up like that. That is really sharp. Oh, look at the tip on that. Check. Even have a piece of paper right here. Let me check. Got a piece of printer paper here. Let's see what we did. Set this out of the way. Well, the proof is in the eating of the pudding, isn't it? I think I just started to take apart Mrs. W's church phone directory. I'll be right back.
There we go. Reminds me of when I was a kid coming back from elk hunting. Granddad would spread out a towel on the kitchen table and we'd clean our rifles, take the bolts apart. And he always used Hopi's number 9. Hopi's, no, that's what I use now too. The smell of it, what brings back memories. It's pretty sharp. It's, to push cut. What do you think? If you're really sharp, you'll be able to split paper. How can I do that up here? Where you can split it in half. Which, yeah, we're basically just shaving off. Maybe you can see that, shaving off. It just doesn't get any sharper than that. Oops. It's sharp. It's very sharp, and that's a pretty fat blade. It's not a kitchen knife or like a Japanese knife or anything. But that's good. I don't think it's ever been that sharp before. I just never get tired of this knife. Yeah, X-Acto blade sharp. John says, yeah, the X-Acto blade sharp that's true. Or scalpel sharp. Do you know what the sharpest blade in the world is? See if anyone, who's the smartest pro-ho in the chat. What's the sharpest? If you need the absolute perfection, the sharpest in the world, who can tell me what that is? It'll surprise you. You ripped Jack's homework. That may have been Jack's homework. Well, I can give him a note. Yeah, it is. It's obsidian. That's pretty sharp. That's for a fat blade. And the tip's sharp too. Yep, it's obsidian, natural stone. I read something about that years ago. And is it scalpels that they used to make out of that? I think maybe it had something to do with the medical field, where you could like a clean broken piece of obsidian is sharp. It can be sharper than anything in the world. That's why the Indians use them for those arrowheads and spearheads. They knew what they were doing. Yeah, I like this knife. I like the color and the aluminum scales. I don't know that I would be down with the carbon fiber version or the carbon fiber scales. It might just be too light. I like a little bit of weight. The axis lock, I think, is the best
I think it's the best lock of all of them. You can, it's easy to open. It never will work loose because it works on a wedge and taper principle. So if the lock pin ever starts to wear, it just slides a little bit further forward. Yeah, we have a smart group here. I knew you guys would know what that was. I recommend knife pivot lube for lubing your washers. Yeah, maybe. I just use gun oil. Well, there's a 50-50 chance that I put them together wrong. The guys told me after I got it all assembled the other night that there was supposed to be a machine side on one side, but I didn't notice that. I didn't take that in consideration when I put it back together. But I was really surprised that the blade centering is even perfect. I put Loctite on that pivot screw once I got it adjusted. It's a little bit tight right now, but it'll wear in. I like to be able to use it, flick it open one hand. You want it just so when you pull it, it stays, doesn't drop. All right, well, that's it, gentlemen. Thank you for hanging out. That was a process, but we ended up with good results. It is perfect. All right, we'll see you guys on the next stream. Kiki be out?
Yeah.
Darling. How are you doing?